Welcome to the podcast. My name is David Shanhun, and these are the chats I wish I could have had with someone as I've created life as a full-time musician. If you're on that road and you need a friend, or you need to hear the same stories and struggles that you're going through from another human's mouth, you're in the right place. Connect with me at davidshanhun.com and let's move you into that space where you're really thriving and sharing your gifts with the world. Let's go. Okay, team, it is late, so I'm going to be whispering to you, and I want to share a little story, a little bit different today. Yes, there's a message behind it, but let's just share the story. It is 13 years, just over 13 years, so that I've been doing music full time. And I had a beautiful experience playing at a wedding this weekend. And, this has happened in different ways throughout that time. But the level of appreciation I received at this particular wedding really blew me away and had me in an excellent mood, as these things tend to do. But I don't think I've experienced appreciation quite in that manner before. And what it was I played for a beautiful wedding. As guests arrived, ceremony, and then kind of canapes through the afternoon, and then they offered and looked after me to stay on and have dinner, which was lovely in itself. Very, very cool. Thank you. As I went to leave, it was just about dessert time. I went to the bride and groom and said, "Hey, thanks. I'm heading off. Just wanted to say congratulations again. Thanks for having me play, and congratulations. Have an amazing night." The groom chinked his glass, had everyone be silent. And the only announcement he made was he wanted everyone to applaud me for having played, and he wanted to make sure I was appreciated. And I don't think that's ever, this is their day, their wedding, their friends and guests, and to just stop everyone to say, "I want to make sure you're appreciated and acknowledged." It threw me a little bit, to be honest. I super grateful, and then also I was a little bit like, that deer in the headlights moment where you're like, this is unfamiliar, and I'm so grateful, and I also almost, it's like part of me is not sure how to receive this, but thank you. It was a beautiful moment, and now I know we do this, we perform. That is not our expectation. In the most part, is not that everyone should stop, drop everything, and appreciate, acknowledge us. We're often performing for different events, and people come up at different moments and acknowledge and appreciate, and that's very cool. But I'm sharing this for two things. One, if you're listening to this week, or whenever this is in the future, and you're going through a rough time where you aren't acknowledged, where none of that's happening, it'll happen. You'll have your different weeks, and I just want to say it will happen if you're putting in the work, if you're taking the time, if your heart is in the right space to contribute and gift your music and your passion to others through our craft, right? It will happen. However that happens, you'll have your own version of this moment somewhere down the track. But the other thing that's very interesting to me is, as I was driving home, and I had a bit of a drive back, I reached out to a bunch of people And it was interesting because in my messages to those people, there's people that just cross my mind, and I do this from time to time where it's like, hey, we haven't chatted in a while, or maybe we have, but thinking of you. And I noticed that I genuinely thought about it afterwards, not at the time, but I gave appreciation in those messages to those people. And so, yes, the message of today's podcast, if you like, is go and share your appreciation with someone that has done something for you, has contributed to you. It may be a voice note or a little note or a comment. It may mean a lot more than you realize, or they may not know, but also it has a flow-on effect. That person, will they necessarily share something in that form or pass it on? Maybe, maybe not. But will their attitude and vibe change from having received that? Quite likely. And that may change their next interactions and what's going on as well. So it was a beautiful moment. Yes, I've got a list of things I would love to share and topics I want to chat about, but I felt this was an important one to actually add in the mix, and it's genuinely, this was this weekend. So thanks for tuning in. I hope life is going well for you. As always, feel free to reach out and connect with me. And also, if there is something you want me to chat about in details on this podcast, let me know and we will talk about it. Happy Monday.